What's going on, y'all? It's Coffee Shop Dave, also known as David Cousin. We're going to talk about the Killer Cam and Memphis Bleek, the Roc Solid interview, Rock Ties. It's just me. Let's get into it. In early September 2025, social media caught fire after clips surfaced of Cameron and Dame Dash trading shots. Cam joked on Dame's teeth with a playful schoolyard style rhyme about brushing, pretty much his dental hygiene. Dame clacked back by mocking Cam for singing Snoop Dogg's What's My Name hook, claiming that's not Harlem. For a moment, the back and forth looked like pure trolling, especially after Dame's teeth literally fell out during a live stream. I don't know if y'all was keeping up with it, but I noticed on Instagram that Dame and Killer was going back and forth. Killer was talking about Dame Dash teeth falling out, and he put like a kid song joking on Dame Dash, and I thought it was funny. So Dame Dash replied, like, it's not Harlem for you to sing the hook of Snoop Dogg's What's My Name. Me personally, I thought Killer was showing love to Snoop Dogg. Who don't love Snoop Dogg? You know what I'm saying? Gotta love Snoop Dogg. That's a classic song too. Showing love to the OGs, you know? But I thought that was funny. And then on top of that, I think it was the beginning of this year when Dame Dash was going back and forth with 50 when his teeth fell out mid live stream. Bro, you got a lot of money. You're a millionaire, multi-millionaire at that, and your teeth is falling out. You're not a regular civilian. So I'm sitting back thinking to myself, like, you got to be trolling. If you in your right mind to sit back and look at this has to be just pure entertainment. You're straight trolling. On the other hand, when Killer Cam appeared on the Memphis Bleek Roc Solid Podcast, the energy shifted. The interview was less about trolling and more about legacy. Bleek reflected on Roc-A-Fella's history, even revisiting old tensions with Beanie Sigel. He admitted he never fully understood why Beanie Sigel dropped a diss on him. Nevertheless, Memphis Bleek charged it to the game. The conversation then turned to whether Cam and Jim Jones would ever squash their differences. Cam didn't duck the question. Instead, he gave Jim his flowers and acknowledged how far he has come and expressed that he genuinely wants the best for him. That moment felt telling. You don't have to reconcile to show respect. From there, the talk moved into bigger industry shifts. Cam pointed out how in the early 2000s, an album would run for 3 or 4 months. Today, in an era of short attention spans, even the strongest project might last about 2 months. Now, singles, on the other hand, he said, have become the real driver in the new landscape of hip hop. One thing I've noticed about Jim Jones, the tension between Jim Jones and Killer Cam, is that they might bump heads, they might clash, they can be really prideful towards one another, but eventually when things die down, they always show each other some type of love. And it ain't always on no, mushy gushy. However, it's just like, I see you doing your thing and I want to keep seeing you do better. It's Dipset for life. Dipset for life. One love. And also, I do totally agree with Killer was stating about how attention span is a lot more shorter in today's time. How everything is shifting. You can drop an artist can drop to an R&B artist to an actual hip hop artist. They can drop singles and really never had to drop an album. They can focus on just EPs and also just do nothing but collaborations, and that could also build up to a dope ass album. So I really thought that was pretty cool, and it was actually game. So if you want more emphasis, this is me breaking it down and summarizing in my own way. But don't forget to check out the Roc Solid Podcast with Memphis Bleek. Let's get back into it. Beyond music, Cam spoke about how he built a second chapter for himself with the It Is What It Is, the hit sports show with his co-hosts Mace and also Treasure Wilson. They call her Stat Baby. And the show is hilarious. And it's pretty insightful, especially when it comes to sports, football, basketball. It's like barbershop talk for real, for real. Don't forget to check that out. However, that's not the only venture. Long before the podcast, Cam had already proved he knew how to flip moments into business. On Nori's Drink Champs podcast, and later Wallow and Gilly's $1 million worth of game, Cam promoted his performance enhancement supplement, Pink Horsepower. What started as a bold plug turned into a runaway success. The product sales exceeded expectations, showing once again how Killer understands branding, timing, and the art of connecting with his audience. I need that Pink Horsepower in my life. Yes, I make sure I stay in shape. I make sure I can work out from time to time. I can bust a funky move when I can. I'm a lonely brother, and I must say, when the time is right, you can never go wrong with a little bit of extra oomph. Shout out to the NFL, but there's nothing wrong with a little tush push. Pause. Shout out to Pink Horsepower, and I need that. I need that. Still, Bleek wasn't going out. Bleek wasn't going to let Cam leave without asking the obvious. Well, will there ever be new music? Cam responded with measures. He said the timing and the energy must be right. Then he dropped that Juelz Santana recently reached out and sent him a track. Cam said the record slapped, but emphasized that more than just one song, the moment, the vibe, and the alignment must be there before he makes that move. And that's Cam Ron in 2025. Always calculated, always on brand, always leaving just enough unsaid to keep you watching. The Roc Solid conversation gave fans a look back and a peek forward, but it left the biggest question wide open. Is Killer ready to step back in the booth and give his fans another album? Or will he keep us waiting until the timing is perfect? I totally agree with what Killer was stating about the moment and the timing, because there's nothing wrong with him collaborating with Juelz and not like that. I want to see that. However, if the moment is not right and the timing and the energy's really not there, it's just like another track. It's just like another single. And like what he stated before, in today's time, a single, you can hear it and it could be like 1 to 2 days or a week and people bumping it. And it's just that you want something that's going to be a banger. You want to be able to bring out an instant classic. You want something where it will make people feel nostalgic in the present as they listen to something that's up to date. So I respect the innovation. I can't go against it. This is David Cousin. Like, share, hate, subscribe. Do what you do. Coffee Shop Dave. One love. Dipset for life.